You're never going to outperform your own identity. So do you have the identity? Are you the person who can do the things that you're trying to achieve? Hey, welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. So this week we've been talking about the strategies to achieve anything that you want. We've talked about gaining clarity, understanding where you are. We talked about what you really want and figuring out your what and your why behind everything. We've talked about creating the action plans that you need to do and your willingness to do those things, and then making the decisions to commit to do those things. Now today I want to talk more about your identity, because really the hard part isn't achieving our goals. The hard part is becoming the person who can do the things that are going to allow us to achieve those goals. You know, we can do everything right, but if we don't believe that we can achieve that goal, we're not going to do it. If we don't have that self-identity that says, yes, I can do those things, then it's really going to be a difficult road. And that's one of the things, you know, I talk about in my mindset questions, that every day you've got to ask yourself, what can I do today to step outside of my comfort zone? Because every time you step out of your comfort zone grows. But it also changes your identity, changes that self-identity of what you believe you can do and who you believe you can be. You know, I was actually this past weekend, I heard Zach Princeton's talk, and he said, it's much harder to think our way to a new way of acting than it is to act our way to a new way of thinking. And that quote made me think about Jeff Goyne. And this was probably a couple years ago. Jeff Goyne was on Richie Norton's podcast, and he talked about his identity, and he really wanted to become a writer. And one of his friends asked him, you know, what are your goals? And he says, you know, I want to become a writer. And his friend said to him, he says, I thought you already were. You're already doing all these things. And he says at that moment, that's when he changed his identity. Rather than being the person who wants to become the writer, he started identifying himself as a writer. And that's the thing that we need to do. Who is the person that could do the things you're trying to achieve? And how can you start identifying as that person? Rather than saying, I'm going to be, start saying, I am. You know, a lot of these things tie into my interview with Richie Norton when we were talking about his upcoming book, Anytime Management. And if you go to jeffhaggie.com/anytime management, you can listen to that and hear everything that Richie has to say in that new book, because that really has a lot in there about our identity and becoming the person and being that person. But that's really this next step that you really need to grasp a hold of, is what do you need to do to become the person who can do the things that you need to be able to do to achieve your goals. And a lot of that starts with creating a powerful self-talk. I've talked a lot about self-talk and the importance of that, but we really believe the conversations that we have with ourselves. And until we can have the conversations that we can say, yes, this is who I am, this is what I can achieve, then we're going to have a hard time if we can't have those conversations, if our conversations are going a different way. So start with creating a powerful self-talk and have the courage to step out of your comfort zone. These are some things that, you know, this is day 4 of 5. Put these things into practice and you're going to be able to achieve some amazing things. I promise you these things work. So if you haven't listened to the other episodes, go all the way back to Monday and go through each episode, because they're all building on one another. But these are really going to help you. Thanks for being with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Are you an entrepreneur who wants to discover the breakthrough secrets that will produce the results you've been searching for, but you just can't seem to figure out why you keep working harder and harder and you're just not getting those results? I want to tell you about a new challenge that I've created just for you, the Business Domination Challenge. If you want to create the entrepreneurial lifestyle and the business you dream of, then this is exactly what you're looking for. I created the Business Domination Challenge to show you how to grow your business exponentially and to become an optimal performing entrepreneur. What's an optimal performing entrepreneur? It's an entrepreneur who's succeeding in all areas of their life. If I show you how to build a successful business, but your relationships, your health, and everything else is falling apart, that's not a success. It's not about working harder, it's about implementing the correct principles and becoming the person who can do the things that produce the results. Hurry and go to jeffhaggie.com/business domination and secure your spot today.
Hey, athletes and parents of athletes. So much time, money, and effort is put into the physical aspect of your sport to become the best you can be. But the mental game, it's often neglected, and it's just as important as the physical game. In fact, it's usually the differentiator between the good and the great athletes. Come and join me in the Confident Athlete program where you'll learn to control your confidence, develop a powerful mindset, and unlock your full potential. Go to jeffheggie.com/confidentathlete to find out more.